Hello, everyone. Welcome to our midday yoga session called the Blissful Warrior. Hang on 1 second. And here we go. Okay, I'm Rhonda Uretsky. I'm the owner of Riverflow Yoga, a hot yoga studio located in Lambertville, New Jersey. We have been bringing you yoga virtually and in person, one-on-one at our studio, but right here virtually on our Facebook Live every day since March. And here we are counting down the days until the beginning of the new year in January. This practice of bringing you yoga and some chatty spirituality as we talk about things that we've experienced and gone through in these past 9 months. This really has become a practice of great joy for me and for the other teachers of Riverflow Yoga who are here sharing their yoga practices with you, whether it's hot yoga or this practice, Blissful Warrior Yoga. Blissful Warrior is a practice that I have curated over my past 40 to 50 years of teaching and practicing yoga, a variety of hatha yoga stretches, spiritual discussions, and processes that really help to recalibrate your nervous system. So I am happy to share this practice with you, and I'm here every day, sometime between 12 and 1, today even later, sharing this practice with you. So today I actually was feeling rather tired and went back to sleep and took quite a few naps between when I got up this morning and taught a very early morning yoga class and just now when I sort of woke up about a half an hour ago. And I thought it would be a really great opportunity to share with you what yoga can do for you when you're feeling a little bit, tired, lethargic, under the weather, whatever it is that you're not feeling like yourself, how much this practice of calming your nervous system and doing some stretching with your body, just some recalibrating, some feeling your way back into feeling like yourself, what a huge difference it can make for you. So yes, I could have stayed under the covers today. I could have just stayed in bed with some hot tea and music. But I know how wonderful it feels to do this practice, and so here I am sharing it with you. So, make sure you have some water beside you. Make sure you are prepared to be comfortable, right? Prepared to embrace your own feeling of comfort. This practice is not CrossFit. It's not a practice where we push our bodies to do things that we think are the right things for us to do. This is a practice of easing your way back into feeling like yourself, feeling at home in your body. When was the last time you had that feeling about your body? Hello, Michelle. That feeling that your body is a welcoming place, an enjoyable place. And for me today, a place where I can find some respite from feeling a little under the weather, feeling a little tired. Such a beautiful thing to know that this body that you have is a place where, it's here to serve you. So many times we have the idea that we have to take care of this body in order for this body to not, be killing us or harboring some disease or illness. It's more of a fearful feeling about the body, if not sometimes a downright loathsome feeling about our bodies. But this practice, Blissful Warrior, is where I want to teach you to be a warrior about your ability to feel blissful about your own body, in your own body, and using this body to live this life. So wonderful. I'm glad to have you with me, Michelle, and we have some new friends today, Yvonne and maybe Elba. Welcome. So if this is your first time practicing with me or your first time doing yoga, please don't worry. Don't be intimidated. As I said, this is Blissful Warrior practice. You are going to reacquaint yourself with the blissful feeling of living in this body. And then, of course, having this body go forward as a place for you to live your life. So let's start by drinking water. Simple practices, easy things. Michelle, you probably know by now to have some water handy because that's how we're going to begin to bring ourselves back into this body in the present moment. So grab some water. Let's have some sips. So water is not only nourishing for your body, but it is a practice that you can only do in the present moment. right? This body drinks this water in the present moment. You can't do it yesterday. I mean, you might have done it yesterday, but when you're right here, right now, drinking water, you're in the present moment. And can you feel the nourishing feeling of that water entering your body? Such a nice connection to how beautifully nourished this body can make you feel. So now we're going to choose a posture where you feel like you have arrived in this moment, which basically means sit some way that feels comfortable for you. I'm sitting cross-legged on a cushion. That always feels to me like, settling on a cushion for me, after all these years of practice, really feels like I am settled in this moment. If it's not something you're accustomed to and you'd like to try it, go ahead. If you feel more comforted by sitting in a chair, go ahead. Sit back a little bit, like lean back, ease into it. Place your feet on the ground if you're sitting on a chair, and you get to calm your nervous system just like this. If this is your nervous system and it's agitated and there's lots and lots of activity going on, and you might not feel it as activity, but you might feel it as thoughts going crazy or worries or stressful ideas or just general feeling of agitation inside of you. If you notice that just like this beautiful glitter wand, if the agitation stops, everything settles. So when you place both feet on the ground, and this is a wonderful thing to do if you're sitting at a computer, even if you're working on a Zoom call, doing email, you can still place both feet on the ground, and you can facilitate this calming of your nervous system. When the soles of your feet make contact with the ground, this is the effect on your nervous system. How nice to know. If you'd like to lie down in this practice, and one of these days I will, we will be lying down today as we go into the yoga poses, but it's a really beautiful way to arrive in this practice too. So if you're in a place, physically and otherwise, where you can lie on your back, I recommend that you do so. It's a nice way to arrive here. Lying on your back with your legs out, your arms are not too close to your body. Keep them at a far enough distance where your arms begin to feel sort of featherweight. It's a nice sensation. That's what we're going for here, the nice sensation of being in this body. All right, so you have arrived. Welcome. Here we all are together. Now we're going to move into some breathing. And this will be guided breathing. Of course, you all know how to breathe. You certainly don't need me to teach you, but we will be very deliberately breathing in a way that uses the lungs and the breath in the body to help this calming of the nervous system. So first, find a place where your hands and arms feel relaxed. I like hands in the lap, palms facing up and thumbs touching. You might also try palms down. Oh, that feels pretty good too. Sometimes you have to try these different things and see what feels good to you in the present moment. Like, I have an idea that this feels good, and it used to, and it always did, and it does right now, but suddenly if I try this, it does feel more natural for me, feels better. So give that a try. You can try palms up, and of course if you're lying down, your arms are far from your body, palms facing the ceiling. If you are sitting, focus your eyes on something in front of you and look at that something more out of the tops of your eyes than the centers of your eyes. See what happens when I look out of the centers of my eyes? I tend to do a chin thrust. We all do. And that thrust is not so great for your neck. But when you're just shifting your focus of your eyes a little bit, so you're looking more out of the tops than the centers, the head tilts down a little bit. You even can have this sensation of settling your head backwards a little bit so it's right at the top of your neck. All these minor adjustments, these tiny alignments that make such a huge difference to your feeling blissful in your body. So we will be breathing in and out through the nose, and I'm going to instruct you on certain little nuanced movements that you can do with your body as you breathe to facilitate the depth of this breath. So let's begin. Inhale through your nose. Can you hear that loud ha sound at the back of my throat? That's the sound that you'd like to be making as well. Pulling your collarbones wide apart, making your ribs come open like an accordion. Feeling the fullness of this breath. And exhale. Same loud ha sound at the back of your throat. Your mouth is closed, breathing through the nose. Your collarbones stay wide and open. Your ribs come together like that accordion, pressing inward, and then drop your tailbone slightly down and slightly under. Nice little lift. Slowing it down. Inhale. Hear that sound at the back of your throat like an ocean rising, an ocean wave, coming up, widening at the collarbones, expanding the ribs outward. Try not to thrust your ribs forward. Try to feel like it's an accordion expanding to the sides, opening and filling, holding it here. Really being present in this full feeling. It's sort of a confident feeling, isn't it? Exhale. A loud ha sound at the back of your throat, calming your vagus nerve, letting your ribs come together towards the midline, like that accordion you're playing inside of you, dropping your tailbone straight down, and then slightly undulating it up towards your navel, so you feel that last little lift, placing yourself back here in a very light feeling way. Inhale. Checking the gaze of your eyes, looking out of the tops of your eyes, having your collarbones pull wide. Your ribs expand outward like you're playing an accordion inside your chest. Holding here and exhale. Ribs come together, but it's not so much a feeling of collapse as it is a feeling of fitting together. Dropping your tailbone and then lightly tucking it up. Now for a moment, stay empty. Stay in this exhaled pause. Inhale. Collarbones are wide apart. Now, as you pull the collarbones wide, be aware that you're not thrusting your chest or your ribs forward. It's a side-to-side kind of feeling across the collarbones, across the rib cage. Almost like a bird spreading their wings, holding open. Exhale. The loud ha sound at the back of the throat, collarbones wide, ribs together, tailbone dropping down, and then tucking slightly up. Notice when you tuck the tailbone up a little, it just makes you lean back slightly and almost feel as if you're levitating. Stay empty. Beautiful pause. Inhale. Holding here, you almost want to hold on to this beautiful feeling of fullness. Exhale. Elongating that ha sound at the base of your throat. And then there's no breath to come out, but you're still here empty. Pausing. Inhale again. And exhale. Moving a little faster and focusing on the sound at the back of your throat, that loud ha sound, like an ocean wave or the inside of a seashell. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling the stillness of your body as just the ribs and collarbones move wide. Inhale. Exhale. So I'd like you to notice a sort of curious thing. After you've taken these deep breaths with me, can you notice what feels different? A stillness in your body, maybe even a softening of your emotions. If you had a morning or an hour before, or just a few moments before you joined this practice, you were feeling triggered in any way, angry or upset, worried about something, maybe even distraught or despairing. Can you notice right now that in doing the most natural thing of all, breathing, you have somehow brought yourself back to feeling like yourself? This state of calm, clear certainty, yes, your entire body feels better. Your entire body is this vehicle that houses the person who is you in this lifetime. And as you breathe it helps to make you feel at home again. And there is something quite soft about the emotional state that you feel when your body is this calm, this still, and this welcoming. Beautiful. Let's take another sip of water. We're going to move here from the breathing into the asana, the yoga stretches. You can never sip too much water, so go ahead and drink liberally. Now, my friends, I know it's the middle of the day, depending on what time you're joining me. So if breathing and arriving and feeling at home in your body is all you have time to do today, please congratulate yourself. As my friend Mary would say, a bunch of gold stars for you. You've done something amazing for yourself. And in the breathing, and Michelle, in noticing that just in breathing, your entire body feels better. Can you feel that sense of empowerment that you have? This sense of control that you have over your ability to soothe yourself into a place of feeling better. That's huge. So, if that's the practice that you're choosing to join me for today, the breathing, the arriving, the drinking of water, good for you. If you'd like to join me further in some yoga stretches, again, if it's your first time doing yoga, please don't be intimidated by yoga poses that you've seen that look like twisted pretzels. Those are beautiful, and it's not what we're doing here in Blissful Warrior. You will feel as soothed by the poses as you do right now by the breathing, and it will feel just as natural to you, because everything we're going to do in Blissful Warrior is natural for your body. So we're going to come to lying down. If you were sitting on a chair and you'd like to join us here on the floor, great. If you were already lying on your back in the arrival of this practice, then you're in the right place to begin. I'm going to move my cushion out from under me, and we're going to lie down together, lying on your back. So bring your legs out. Now when you lie down on your back, go slow and easy. Ease into your elbow tips. Let your head hang behind you. Let the back of your head touch the ground. Slide down onto the back of your head and just melt into the ground. Have that sensation of really feeling the ground under you, holding you up. Allow your heels to touch lightly. Your toes are flopped apart, so your feet are kind of splayed as your hips and knees begin to feel that way too. Starting with your arms close to your body, go ahead and slide your arms far enough away where you can actually feel you've reached a place where it feels relaxing. Not pulling too much on your arms, just floating. It's amazing how light your body can feel. Keep your gaze shifted downward. So rather than looking at the ceiling, you'll keep your eyes open, but shift your gaze downward a little bit, as if you're trying to see the midline of your own body. Nestle your shoulder blades to the mat. Keep your ribs down. And let's breathe with the rib cage. Inhale. Now feel your collarbones stay long and wide, and feel your ribs expand out to the sides like a big accordion filling you up. And exhale. Feel the ribs coming together to meet in the middle of your body. And when they do, drop your lower back and relax. There is tremendous power in being a warrior about being relaxed. Inhale. Catch your rib cage moving out to the sides rather than thrusting up towards the ceiling as you pull your collarbones wide and feel your shoulder blades nestle to the mat. Your arms feel limp, your hands and fingers. Exhale. Hearing that ha sound in your throat, rib cage draws together, and then drop your lower back. Alright, we're going to do a beautiful pose called Pavanamuktasana, wind removing pose. Bend your right knee, place the sole of your right foot on the ground. Inhaling, bring your arms close to your body and pull from your fingertips and shoulders downward. As you exhale, drop your lower back and bend the right knee to your chest. Bending your elbow tips and clasp all 10 fingers 2 inches below the knee. Allow that knee to fall forward into the net of fingers. Keep your outstretched leg completely relaxed. Collarbones wide, chin down. Inhale. And as you exhale, bend your elbow tips, hug your waist with your elbows, and guide your right knee around your rib cage and towards your armpit. Keep that knee relaxed. Try not to force the leg in. Just let that knee be guided by this net of fingers, strong and certain. And you'll feel sensations in both hips. Maybe a bit of an achy feeling in the right hip. Nice stretched feeling in the left hip. Both hips are benefiting from this amazing pose, and your ascending colon in your digestive system is getting a beautiful massage. Inhale, elbows in your waist, pulling down towards your hips. And as you exhale, tightening this net of fingers, guiding the knee in towards the armpit. Whether the knee touches the armpit or not today is irrelevant. Every move you make in this pose, designed to help you feel at home in your body, is benefiting you. And you can feel the benefits by how soothed you feel in a pose. This is the exact opposite of what you're told in lots of other forms of body movement or exercise, that you have to push, that pain is a good thing. And here we have the exact opposite. You're easing yourself in, enjoying the stretches, and not really being concerned about how far you go. And absolutely no pain, my friends. Anything that feels painful is your signal to back it down. Holding this pose just helps you to let go more into it and change. Setting the sole of the right foot on the ground and sliding the right leg out. Have your arms come back to your sides for a moment. And again, just feeling the sensations in your body. Inhale and bend the left knee, placing the sole of your left foot on the ground. Bringing your arms in close to you, pull from your fingertips, drag your shoulders, keep your collarbones wide. Drop your lower back. Inhale, tuck your chin, collarbones wide. As you exhale, bend the left knee to the chest, bend your elbow tips, clasp all 10 fingers 2 inches below the left knee. Elbows are hugging your waist. Relax your outstretched leg, relax your bent left knee, letting it fall into this net of fingers. And as you exhale, guiding the left knee around the rib cage and towards the left armpit. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your elbows hugging your waist, hugging your body with your arms, collarbones wide. So certain things in your body are braced and other ones are just relaxing. It's such a beautiful combination. Inhale, collarbones wide, nestle your shoulder blades, tuck your chin, and exhale, guiding the left knee around the left rib cage towards the left armpit. So I can hear a series of clicks and cracks in my back as things let go. Maybe you do too, maybe you don't. Perfectly okay. If you do, it's also beautifully okay. Nothing to worry about. Feeling that achy feeling in the left hip, that beautiful stretched feeling down the right hip, maybe down into the right thigh. Massaging on this side your descending colon. And changing out of the pose. Settle the sole of your left foot to the ground and slide your left leg out and let your arms fall to your sides again. Nestle down, ribs wide. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your legs together and begin to point your toes so you're locking down on your quads. Bring your arms in close to your body. Begin to pull down with your fingertips and shoulders. Now watch the ribs. Sometimes you'll have a thrusting up, but you can pull it back down. And let the ribs breathe you from side to side like that accordion. Feel how empowered this simple stretch is. Now as you exhale, bend both knees, placing the soles on the ground, inching your heels as close into your butt as you can. Squeezing your legs together into one unit, bend your knees, knees to chest. Bend your elbow tips, reach out and wrap your arms. And just see what you can grab, keeping your head on the mat. You might grab fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, even upper arms. Whatever you can hold today, well, that's where you are today. And that's the present moment for you, so it's good. Tuck your chin. And as you inhale, squeeze your legs together with your arms. Tucking your chin, look at your knees. And as you exhale, draw the knees close to your chest. Notice that as the knees come closer, you can tuck your chin more. It's like you're uncurling a twisted cervical spine, getting it to be nice and long. Relax your feet, they're side by side. Inhale, collarbones wide, chin down. Exhale, squeeze the legs together, and then press the knees to your chest, tucking your chin to your throat. Just feel this beautiful hug. And changing the pose. Release your arms to your sides. Let your knees just hang right here by your chest and feel the sensation in your arms. Kind of a warmth, perhaps, a light feeling, palms facing up. Inhale. And exhale. And now inhale and turn your palms to the ground. Slide your arms close to your body and roll a little bit so you can get your arms under your body with your hips on your wrists or above. With your arms under you, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tuck your chin and keep both collarbones wide, pulling so that you can feel your shoulder blades nestle to the mat. Exhale, relax your lower back. Inhale and begin to flex your heels towards the wall in front of you. Squeeze your legs tightly together. Tuck your chin and squeeze your shoulder blades together under you. And as you exhale, keeping your legs squeezed into one unit, begin to raise your soles to the ceiling. Feels like the soles of your feet are holding the ceiling up. And when they're all the way up, your knees might be bent or your legs can be straight. It's perfectly fine either way. Just keep flexing from your heels towards the ceiling and your toes towards your face. Now, this is a beautiful inversion. You can imagine how relaxing and relieving this is for your legs, as all the fluid in your legs drains the opposite way. It's not something we get a chance to do in our regular everyday movements in life. And it's a wonderful opportunity to sort of thank your legs, okay, to allow them to relax here. And curiously, it feels very relaxing. Even though you're holding your legs against gravity, as you pull from your heels, flexing the toes towards your face, you are creating a blood flow, a pumping through your legs. It actually feels extremely relaxing. So you're not draining the blood from your legs. They don't get numb. They actually feel quite empowered. And yet, you are facilitating an opposite flow of fluids, pooling in your hips, so good for the hips, beautifully relaxing for the legs, really a nice break for the veins. Inhale, flex your heels towards the ceiling, flex the toes towards your face. Now again, don't worry if your knees are bent, perfectly fine. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, tuck your chin, and as you exhale, flex the heels, keep the legs together, and slowly begin to lower your legs. Now I'd like you to pretend that your legs are being held from the ceiling, held by a pulley system of ropes around your ankles, and that rope system is lowering you down. So you just keep flexing your heels, flexing your toes, squeezing your shoulder blades together, tucking your chin, watching your toes as your legs get floated down, and breathing. Inhale, collarbones wide, ribs are coming out side to side like an accordion. Exhale, ribs together. How light your body feels. What a beautiful, welcoming place it is. A place of well-being for your emotions and wellness for your physical body. Lightly touching down with your heels. When the heels touch, relax your feet, raise your hips lightly, roll your arms out, and a moment in Shavasana. With your heels touching and toes splayed apart, arms far from your body, palms facing up, feel the sensation. Remember that glitter wand. Feel the sensation of this sort of glittery settling inside your body, in your nervous system, in every cell. Inhale. Exhale. And now inhale, turn your palms to the ground and slide your arms in a T position. You can even look down from your shoulders to your fingertips to really make sure that you've got a beautiful, strong T as you bring your legs together and point your toes. Inch your fingertips, point your toes, lock down on your quads, tuck your chin, and here you are, this beautiful, elongated letter T. Collarbones wide. Again, if you hear things kind of crackling a little bit in your body, think of it like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle being popped back into place, and you'll know it by how soothed it feels. Now as you exhale, bend both knees, placing the soles and inching your soles, your heels, in nice and close to your butt. Squeezing your legs together, feel this traction in your spine you've created just by placing your soles. Tuck your chin. Exhale, drop your lower back. Inhale, squeeze your legs together. Rise up on your toes, and keeping your legs together, draw your knees to your chest. Tuck your chin towards your knees. Now as you exhale, squeezing the legs tightly together, drop both knees under the right armpit. So you're aiming high. Doesn't matter where the knees fall, you're just in the driver's seat guiding. And the knees might touch down under the armpit, they might be hanging in midair. Either way, just feel the relaxing stretch of it and breathe into it. Inhale, inch your fingertips a little further. Collarbones wide, both shoulder blades on the mat. And as you exhale, just relax your knees. Trust gravity to take your knees as far down as they'll go today, creating this beautiful serpentine stretch. Then inhale, squeeze your legs together, bring both knees back to center. Here at center, squeeze your legs tight, draw your knees close, tuck your chin towards your knees, and as you exhale, squeezing the legs, keeping them in one unit, drop both knees under your left armpit. And relax right here. So again, maybe your knees touch down, but if they hang in midair, can you feel how glorious that feels? That you're not holding them up? Something else is. Something else is helping you feel at home in your body. You're just allowing it to happen. Inhale, squeeze your legs tight and draw your knees back to center. And here at center, bring the knees in close, tucking your chin, widening across the collarbones. And exhale, squeezing the legs tight, letting the knees drop themselves under the right armpit. And when your knees are as far as they're going to go today, slide the back of your head to the right and turn onto your left ear. And just deepening this stretch, getting the cervical spine involved. Can you almost trace this beautiful S-shaped curve you're creating in your spine? How good does that feel? And inhale, squeeze your legs together, bring them back to center, bring your head back to center. Here at center, squeeze the legs in tight, draw the knees close, and as you exhale, squeezing again and dropping both knees under the left armpit. As far as they'll go today, you just stop pushing, allow it to happen. Then slide your head on the back of your head towards the left, and turn over onto your right ear. I don't know if you can hear all these loud clicks in my spine. It sounds very loud to me, and it just feels wonderful. And then inhale, knees back to center, head back to center. And as you exhale, bring your arms around close to your body. Pull with your fingertips, dragging your shoulders, collarbones wide, and bend your elbow tips and once again wrap them. Maybe in this second pass you notice you could grab a different place. It doesn't matter whether you can or can't, you're just observing. Inhale, squeeze the legs together. Your arms are like a basket holding your knees. Let the knees fall forward into the basket. And as you exhale, draw your knees close to your chest, squeezing with your arms. Tuck your chin to your throat. Relax your feet, and if you'd like, you can lift your forehead towards your knees. Shoulders away from your ears. Just feeling this beautiful hug. And change. Let the back of your head come to the ground. And then release your arms, release the soles of your feet to the ground, and slide your legs out. Shavasana. Inhale. Ribs expanding. Nestle the shoulder blades, collarbones wide. Eyes are open, looking down the middle of your body. And exhale. Ribs coming together. Lower back drops. to do a yoga sit-up. So if you have no back or neck injuries, you can try this with me. Legs together and flex your heels. Inhale, raise your arms overhead. Pull from your fingers and lift from under your rib cage. So it's as if your ribs are pulling towards your head. Tuck your chin. Have maximum length. Again, can you feel in this stretch this beautiful certainty? It's like you are stretching yourself into every inch of your body. Hold your breath and sit up. Touch the ceiling. Reach forward and grab your big toes. Looking at the wall in front of you, bend your elbows as you double jerk and double exhale through your mouth. Shh. And hang. Forehead to knees. Elbow tips bending, shoulders shrugging. Opening your spine like a giant spring. And change. Turning around. Coming back to a seated position. Find your arrival place here. And again, we're going to just notice. You're going to notice how you feel in your body right now. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling the breath in the back of your throat, making that sort of Darth Vader sound in and out, breathing with the ribs. Let's try butterfly pose. So, bring the soles of your feet matched together. Start at the heels. Work your way up to the balls of your feet and then press every toe. Wrap your hands around your toes. Sit back a little bit. And then maybe if you'd like, bounce your knees. You don't have to. You can just sort of sit here, letting the legs be the wings of the butterfly. Maybe you're fluttering the wings today, and maybe you're not. Inhale. And exhale. Now I'm going to confess that right now I feel a little cramping in the arches of my feet. But when you feel cramped, when you feel any kind of cramp, you're just going to breathe. Let the breath ease the cramp. Try not to press or rub. Try not to try to force the cramp out of your body. Let breath ease any pain that you feel. It's quite amazing how powerful breathing is. So again, just in talking about breathing and doing it, that cramp for me has subsided. And whether you're fluttering your butterfly wings or not, holding on to the toes, pressing the soles of your feet together, this is a beautifully open pose for your hips. And then change. So let's bring the legs straight out. Flex the heels forward. Flex the toes towards your face. Place your palms on your shins. Lock your elbows. Drop your chin. Collarbones wide. Knees are rotated a little inward as your heels flex forward. And breathing here in this beautiful staff pose. Inhale. Collarbones and rib cage wide to the sides, hearing that sound at the base of your throat. And exhale. Are you beginning to feel a little bit at home, a little more at home in your body? Like your body really is a welcoming place that has the ability to make you feel better, to soothe you physically and emotionally. Many, many gifts that your body offers you. Let's do some forward bending. So bring your right leg out to the side 45 degrees. Now we'll try to bend the left leg so the sole of the left foot is tucked high up against the inner right thigh. But if this kind of bending of the knee causes you any pain in the knee, keep your left leg straight out as it was. Flexing your right heel forward, flexing the toes towards your face. Just lean a little into your hips so both hips feel settled. And as you inhale, sweep your arms overhead. create a net of fingers, and then straighten your arms and lift up, locking your arms and lifting from under the rib cage, keeping your outstretched leg pulling from the heel. Your knee might be bent, your leg might be straight. Turn your body towards the outstretched right leg. Lean back a little bit, and as you exhale, catch the ball of your foot in this net of fingers. Maybe your knee is bent in order for you to do that. That's fine. Hold tight, and then drop down, forehead to knee. Elbow tips bending beside your calf. Feel this big spring in your back opening. It's like a giant slinky, and you're just opening every coil. Relax. And changing the pose, pull a little forward, disengage the net, flex your heel, and stack your slinky, one coil at a time. When you're all the way up, turn your torso to the midline. Now we'll alternate the legs using the abdominal wall so the arms will stay out of the way, and bring your left leg out 45 degrees, and again the sole of the right foot. If this works for you, tuck it up. Flex the left heel and stretch as if you want this net of fingers to touch the ceiling. See if your biceps will squeeze your head, locking your head between your arms. Turn towards your outstretched left leg, lean back a little bit, lift under the rib cage, and as you exhale, throwing yourself forward, net of the fingers catching the ball of the left foot, and drop. Forehead to knee, bend your knee up to get the forehead to touch. When it does, start thinking about making your hairline touch. Tuck your chin. Droop and bend your elbows, your shoulders feel slumped. Breathe here. Breathing with the ribs. Exhale. Notice that as you hold the pose and begin to relax more and more, your body just becomes a more welcoming place where you feel soothed. Changing the pose, disengage the net and pull it back up overhead. And back to center. Bring both legs out in front of you again. Flex your heels. Flexing forward, toes towards your face. See if you can feel like you're rounding your pinky toes towards your face. And once again, either your legs are straight or your knees are bent. Now disengage your net and let your palms be parallel to each other as you lift your fingers to the ceiling. Pull from under your rib cage. Lean back a little bit. Now as you exhale, come forward. Reach out with your first two fingers and hook them between your first two toes. So locking your arms, holding your fingers between your first two toes, walk your hips backwards. So you don't want to end up further back than you started. Now our separate leg stretches, we're rounding the slinky, and this double leg stretch will be lengthening it. So we're not going to curl in. Keep your gaze forward out of the tops of your eyes, and as you inhale, lift your chest. Pull your collarbones wide apart. Flex your heels. Again, your knees might be straight or your knees might be bent. And as you exhale, bend your elbow tips. Lead your breastbone forward between your shoulders. So pull your shoulders back behind you. Lead your breastbone forward. Keep dropping your chin a little bit, making sure you're not thrusting. And one more time as you inhale, lift your breastbone up, collarbones wide. And as you exhale, maybe you flatten the backs of your knees to the mat. Lead your breastbone forward. Let your elbow tips bend down beside your calf muscles. Flat, elongating this beautiful slinky. And then changing out of the pose, release your toes. Place your palms on the tops of your feet. Slide yourself back up to sitting straight. Flex your heels forward, flex the toes towards your face, lock your elbows, collarbones wide, chin is dropped a little, and breathe. done these movements, these yoga asanas, that when you breathe now, it's slower, it's deeper. You can really feel it filling your rib cage, widening your collarbones, enhancing your sense of stillness and stability. Inhale. Exhale. Your breathing almost becomes like a great sigh of relief. Relief to have this body, to feel at home in this body, to feel lucky and appreciative to have this body, instead of, unfortunately, the way we often feel about our bodies, focusing on its flaws and things you'd like to change and fix. Your body is your oasis, and how fortunate that you carry it with you all the time. So as we end this practice, if you can lie down, wonderful. Here's how I'm going to suggest you do it. From this staff pose, with your legs out, flexing your heels and placing your palms on your shins, collarbones wide, drop your chin, inhale. And as you exhale, begin to slide your palms over your knees, keeping your elbows locked and your legs locked, sliding your palms over your thighs, lowering yourself one vertebra at a time, keeping it slow and steady. Again, feeling empowered by this amazing control you have as you lower yourself to the ground and into Shavasana pose. Now as you lie down in Shavasana, I'm going to bring myself back up to a seated pose just to guide you through some ending processes. If you'd rather sit for the end of this class, roll over onto your right side, press your palms to the ground, and seat yourself. If you'd rather sit on a cushion or sit in a chair, remember, I'm going to give you lots and lots of tips and recommendations and things to try out, having come from my 40 to 50 years. I always say 40 to 50 because I started practicing 10 years before I started teaching. So I have a long history with yoga, and I can offer you lots and lots of tips, things that I've discovered that really feel good in the body. But it's your body, and what feels good to you today, only you can know. So if you'd rather end this practice lying down, lie down. If you'd like to sit on a cushion, go ahead. If you'd rather sit in a chair, go ahead. But maintain this feeling of calm certainty, right? There's not only a stillness of the body, there's a sort of certainty in your emotional state that you have uncovered as you do this practice. Let's take some breaths right here. Inhale. Letting the rib cage expand out like an accordion, letting the collarbones pull wide, whether you're sitting or lying down. And then exhale. Checking on little things like, where will your hands feel comfortable? Is your chin dropped a little? Is your gaze softly focused into the tops of your eyes? Notice how it feels, and inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Now noticing how you feel. If you are someone who has a busy day ahead of you, notice the person that you will be bringing into that day. Now, oftentimes we think of yoga or exercise or any kind of practice like this as something that we have to carve time out of our busy day in order to do to maintain our healthy bodies. But I would like you to think of this practice as something that you do anytime that you feel you'd like to re-engage with your highest potential for productivity and efficiency and moving forward into your day. So So this isn't something that's separate from your work day or your busy day as a parent or a teacher, or whatever it is that the rest of your day is going to hold. This is something that helps you to re-embody yourself so that when you go out into your day, you are prepared to enjoy it. So as you lie here, thinking about all the lucky people who are going to encounter you for the rest of today, in this state that you're in right now, I'm going to read you a closing passage from my book called The Blissful Warrior. Everyone tells you to take action, to fix problems, to learn from your mistakes and correct your missteps in order not to repeat them. Pay no mind to what they say. Take back your joy. Take no action until you feel soothed. Your head may talk you into doing something that looks good on paper, but that clench in your gut changes everything. Don't budge until you feel so certain of taking this action that nothing could stop you. Take people at their word. Most people are well-meaning, but they cannot get inside your skin and feel your feelings. Appreciate their intentions to help you, and know that what really helps is going within yourself for any answers that you need. Take a never mind attitude. When you're starting to explain or justify yourself, stop and take 3 deep breaths. Never mind about explaining. Never mind about your reasons. Never mind. Just feel. Take a nap. When you are caught in the sticky web of worrisome thoughts, interrupt yourself. Sleep is a place of no wear and tear. Awaken refreshed, or go back to sleep until you do. So, my friends, as I told you at the beginning of this class, I was napping quite a lot today. I was up very early teaching and practicing yoga, and then I just felt tired, and so I went back to bed, napped a little bit more. Now I know, not everybody has the luxury of being able to do that every day, but you are breathing every day, and you have water available to you every day. You always have time to stop and be deliberate about bringing yourself back into your body and remembering that this body is meant to feel good, is built to feel good, and is a place that can help you to feel good about yourself and your life. Thank you for joining me today for this Blissful Warrior practice. It's always my hope at the end of a class that you understand a little bit more why it's called Blissful Warrior and what that Blissful Warrior inside yourself actually can do for you. Oh, Michelle, yes, this book is available. If you would like to private message me, I will tell you how to get a copy. It's on Amazon, but there's another way to get a copy in a way that I can sign it for you. So private message me and I will make sure that you do. Take a big sigh of relief, my friends. It's going to be a beautiful rest of the day because you are now in it. I'm Rhonda Uretsky from Riverflow Yoga, from Blissful Warrior Yoga. I hope to see you again here soon. I'm here every weekday, and I will be here on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. We are counting down these glorious last days of the year and into something new. Coming into it with this beautiful sense of newness about yourself. Blissful Warriors, all of us. See you soon, friends.